I'd like to call to order the meeting of March 19, 2019. Would you all please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance to the flag?
Lord, bless those who hold office in the government of our city. Help them to do their work in a spirit of wisdom, kindness, and justice, and to use their authority to serve our citizens faithfully. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Here. Noel?
Here.
Layton?
Here.
Lewis?
Here.
Hudson?
Here. You all received the meeting minutes from March 5th. Any questions or comments on those? Not, they'll stand as presented. Received a letter from Columbiana Little Clipper football players and cheerleaders requesting permission to hold a tag day on August 3rd, 2019 in the city of Columbiana. And we also have a proclamation for you this evening for National Women's History Month. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. And whereas American women have played and continue to play critical economic, cultural, and social roles in every sphere of the life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home. Whereas American women have played a unique role throughout the history of the nation by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force of the nation. Whereas American women were particularly important in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in our nation. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background served as early leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement. Whereas American women have served our country courageously in the military. Whereas American women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which created a more fair and just society for all. I further call upon all citizens of the city of Columbiana to observe March 1st through the 31st, 2019 as Women's History Month. We received Park Recreation and Cemetery Board meeting minutes of February 25th, 2019, as well as Planning Commission meeting minutes of March 12th, 2019. Any questions or comments on those? If not, we will ask Kathy Brown to discuss the 7th Annual Heroes and Halos All-Inclusive Fun Run.
You can probably hear me without the microphone. I've been known to be a little loud, right? Hi, I'm Kathy Brown. I am the race co-director for Heroes and Halos All-Inclusive 5K and Fun Run. It's the area's only all-inclusive run. It's 5K in length, but we also do a special needs portion that's all-inclusive for anybody, all ages, all abilities. The shortest distance that's been rolled, because it's a fun run, walk, or roll, because you might be in a wheelchair and be part of our race, was 10 meters was the shortest distance, and then most of our people who run the fun run do an entire lap around the track. And then some of our friends who participate in the fun run also do the 5K. So it's a really unique event. It's fun, we like to do it, and this is Cody's second year of being the co-director, and she's been a very huge help and a great asset to our program. So she wants to just talk a little bit about Heroes and Halos.
Okay, so my name is Cody Sherrill. I'm going to talk about the Heroes and Halos mission. is to promote awareness, education, and outreach programs to the public regarding individuals with special needs. And then the community partnership.
Thank you. You're doing great.
Yeah. 2014 through 2016 with New Waterbury Cover Bridge 10K, which is the 4C Food Bank. In 2017 with Lisbon Chamber of Commerce joining Appleseed, which is 5K. In 2018 with Columbiana County Park Board is also joining Appleseed 5K. Harmony Village in 2019 considered partnership with Numberberry is the joining Appleseed 5K. Harmony Village Cheerleaders and Relief Station is a halfway point, and Homes on Race Route.
Right. So we involve lots of different, community groups and members. We pass out flyers on the race route, and a lot of neighbors will, put out bottled water, or have cheerleaders, or have signs, which is really encouraging and really cool, and a cool way to promote cohesiveness in our community and have everybody be involved. So, I think it's perfect that you had a proclamation that it's Women's Month, because Cody is a perfect example of a leader who is a young lady who is 20 years old, and this is her second year of being the co-director. So I'm pretty proud of her. So just briefly, Chief Gladys does know about the date. I've talked to Officer Kloss about auxiliary and explorers to help with the race route and with traffic. We started the high school, go out. As Cody mentioned, Harmony Village is our halfway point, and we come back. Kelly Harding gets EMS for us for that day. Columbiana has approved the date, so we have the high school, we have our janitor, we have handicap accessible bathrooms now, and we have insurance for the event through Heroes and Halos. So I've given you each a packet that just tells you what our schedule is, what our race route is, and then just gives you the mission of Heroes and Halos so that you have that for your reference. Any questions? September 14th is the date. That's important, right? That's an important detail.
Like the loyal ones that we always do for the, whenever we have.
Oh, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do, at the end of our race, what's called the Angel Lap. It's really near and dear to our heart. It's a time when, at the very end of the race, we take a moment and walk silently around the track, usually to a really nice song, to take some time to remember the people who have passed on. You know, we have a lot of families who are dealing with people who are maybe medically fragile or have some issues that maybe have caused them to pass on earlier than we would have hoped. So that's a time for us to be able to reflect on that. Good idea. Any questions?
We have a motion to approve.
I will make that motion.
I'll second that.
I thought it was in here.
No,
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah.
Was there a second?
Yep.
Yep. Yep, second. Roll call?
Yes.
Butler?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.
Bug? Yes. Noel?
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was sitting here praying that Mary Ann was here.
Oh, I need to now as I leave.
It'd be a tough act to follow, so.
Manager's report.
Okay, the negotiating committee for the CRA, they're working through 2 applications right now. We met last week and we'll continue to do that until we get a process. We actually received another one today, so it's pretty exciting stuff. The 2018 overview presentation, the same ones pretty much that we gave here. for, Council 2018. We had an opportunity to give it at the Chamber event again. It was on, March 8th. Man, it was a great event. I thought it was well attended, but, you know, the neat thing for me was there were several different, realtors there. And one of the guys came up and shook my hand. He's from Trumbull County, so just kind of clear down here to, you know, to see what we have going on. And the, Senator Michael Woolley was there in attendance, and he said some very nice things, not only about Columbiana, but the presentation and what we've got going. So, that was, just a really nice kudos from us. And Brian attended, did a really nice job, tying everything in, and getting Mr. Woolley, involved in the conversation too. We opened up the bid for asphalt, and that's on the emergency legislation tonight. We worked on the fire contract in Fairfield Township, and, that's on the, agenda tonight. And I mentioned last meeting, we were, I thought we might have to be, we'd have to be doing some emergency legislation for Comcast. That is not the case. After further research, if you recall, I had just received it that day, and it was totally new to me. After meeting with Mark and our, attorney that, actually dealt with that, way back when on the first round, we had already, did everything that we needed to do, so, we just, sent it to them this week, so. Street department, we've been patching holes, 15 tons of cold patch here last week. We did start replacing all the ADA ramps along, the state route, so there's a lot of them on, North Main Street, for example. So you see lots of flags, lots of paint, marked, and we have to call those in for utility protection. And then what we're gearing up for is ODOT coming in and paving all of our state routes. So, in order for us to participate in this program, we are encouraged to get our ADA up to speed, so that's what we're doing. And our staff is, I think there's over 100 of them, so they're getting really good at it, so. Salt, we're still in good shape for the year. Salt contract, for the winter, we were just, informed of it today that, which is, I think it's a little early, we may have emergency legislation on April 2nd. I'm leaning towards that in order to, meet that, deadline. It does not appear that we qualify for the summer, but, we're gonna order the same as what we did last year. We did really well, and, we never didn't have any concerns about running out. Water department, the main thing is, you know, John Rapp's, last day was last Friday. I announced that at the last meeting, and, Mike Knopf, been talking with him, and what's really neat about, we have a pretty good, succession plan out there. We have, several licenses out there. We have 3 Class 3 licenses out there, and Mike's had it, for a long time, I think. And, he did a really good job here recently with the new water plant. And, I put the, ordinance on for tonight. It's basically, making him water superintendent, excuse me. I think he'll do a great job. He's been in the learning culture and wants to continue to do that. Wastewater department, we ran many sewer lines. We conducted some tests out at the Firestone collection area. So we helped clean some lines out there. We're gonna try to do that whole watershed here this year. Park and cemetery, backhoes back in service. We have some more cleanup in the park as far as trees. We continue to drain the pond as necessary for them to dig it deeper. And they should start on that, when we take in 3 foot out, as Ron said last meeting. We should be doing that relatively soon. Recycling bin is up on Main Street for the trial period. It's right outside of birdfish and, the park, employees that, normally, you know, change out the trash up there. They're gonna continue to watch that and give me a report and how, so, had to start somewhere, so, actually put it up today, so. Electric department, one of our apprentices finished his, final class at AEP. Several departments helped remove the Christmas lights in town. I thank them for doing that. We had my tree service in behind the high school. We had a line running back there that, was giving us some fits during the storm, in November, and one after that. And we went through there and cleared a bunch. We actually met with the school and worked our way through that and cleared that right away. The 7 and 14 intersection, the lights are up now. They still have, two, like, LED street lights to put on, and those will come a little bit later. But, the electric crew put a new service in so they could, get those traffic lights up. We attended a mutual aid meeting over in Wadsworth, specifically for the electric. So, for example, in 1985, there was a tornado that came through Newton Falls, and although I didn't work for the city here, it was all hands on deck. Every AMP community was up there helping. It devastated that city. Oddly enough, I worked up there at the time, so it was devastating, and it took them many years to recover, but because of things like that, we have mutual aid agreements when we're in AMP, and we're trying to learn more and more, and the latest meeting was in Wadsworth, who is an AMP community also. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, just the next meeting, the winter contract, will, that's the main thing, kind of warn you about on the second, about that, emergency that will probably be installed. And that's it.
I'll receive the bill list for March 19th. Any questions or comments on it? If not, we'll move into old business. Due to the length of the ordinances, can I have a motion to read them by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Sauer,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Voss. Yes. Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-2997, second reading. An ordinance creating a designated outdoor refreshment area and enacting regulations for the city of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Any comments?
When we had first reading on this, we had, put in a amendment to specify the, sign,
Yes.
and, it was voted down, but I'd like to, make a motion to include that again for this, before we get the final passage. I don't remember which sign we recommended today.
It was the metal one.
Yeah, the metal one.
Is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
Any comments?
Well, I think it's important to realize that this is something that we need to designate for the, door to be effective and everything, to take boundaries. And we've already approved the door in terms of the humility application to the state, so this is, one little piece that we need to get done. And, if anyone thinks that we ought to be doing something different with the signs, then just kind of bring it up and say it. Otherwise, I think we need to pass this amendment and move on to the second part.
That is correct. You approved the door. This is basically signage, the safety plan. you know, those types of things is what you're actually voting on tonight.
Right.
And of what you voted on 2 weeks ago, just so there's no misunderstanding. Because I think there were some articles or some media coverage that may not have been quite accurate as to what the status of this matter is. So I just want to make sure I've been listening to everything. I've actually been doing a little bit of research. I'm rereading the statute, and yes, we are at the point where the DORA has been established, or the outdoor refreshment area. We're now talking about signage, we're talking about cups, we're talking about a safety plan and a sanitation plan.
Well, we're approving now things that have come back, the state has said, yes, we approve your DORA, this is what you have to do now in order to enact it.
Yeah.
So these are things that come from the state.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any other comments? Roll call on the amendment.
McLean?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Bug?
No.
Miller?
Yes.
Becker?
No.
Sauer?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's not.
Any other comments before calling the roll on the ordinance as amended?
Just, you know, not that I don't support, doing things, I do want safety and I do want regulation. I do want to, see that people are following the rules. So my voting no does not mean I don't want regulation of something. I'm voting no because that's what the people have asked me to do up here in regards to this particular, situation, so it's a matter of principle in that regard.
Any other comment? Can I call the roll?
Yes.
Bug?
No.
Miller?
Yes.
Becker?
No.
Sauer?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-2998, second reading. An ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Columbiana, state of Ohio, for the year 2019 and ending December 31st, 2019.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? A roll call?
Bug?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Becker?
Yes.
Sauer?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-2999, second reading. An ordinance transferring $2,100,000 from the income tax fund, $1,050,000 to the general fund, $1,050,000 to the capital improvement fund, all for the payment of current expenses as they may arise.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Miller?
Yes.
Becker?
Yes.
Sauer?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Bug?
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3000, second reading. An ordinance transferring $450,000 from the general fund, $170,000 to the cemetery fund, and $185,000 to the park fund, and $95,000 to the police pension fund, all for the payment of current expenses as they may arise.
So moved.
Second.
Any comment? Roll call?
Becker?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Bug?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
I have a motion to approve the request from the Columbiana Little Clipper football players and cheerleaders requesting permission to hold a tag day on August 3rd, 2019 in the city of Columbiana.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Bug,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
I have a motion to read the next two items as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Bug,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3001, emergency. An emergency ordinance providing for a contract between the city of Columbiana and Fairfield Township for fire protection for said township.
So moved.
Second.
Any comment? Roll call?
Liston,
Yes.
Bug,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3002, emergency. An emergency ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Tri-County Asphalt Materials Incorporated, P.O. Box 338, North Lima, Ohio 44452, for the purchase of asphalt.
So moved. Second.
Any comment? Have roll call?
Bug,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3003, first reading. An amending ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the water superintendent of the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
I've known Mike for a long time, ever since he was a student. He is dedicated and willing to go the extra step or two in order to achieve his goals, so, thought maybe he just needed a little more input, but he didn't know it.
Mike, was very wonderful. Last night I had the, Cub Scouts and the Girl Scouts. I took them out to the water plant and he gave us a wonderful tour, and I think they asked him how deep some of those, areas were about 75 times, and he answered them all 75 times. He was very good and did a great job with that tour last night.
Over your head.
Any other comments? Have roll call?
Miller,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Souter,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Bug,
Yes.
Anyone from the public wish to address council this evening? Council comment?
Yeah, I have a comment on the weather issue in November, where it was stated as an emergency. So I did some digging, and the American Public Power Association Safety Manual, which the city follows, defines emergency as the following. An emergency occurs when an unusual condition exists that endangers life and or property. And I also got some information on the outages of that day, those 2 days. And would be the south end of town. The first outage happened at 3:38. Power was back on at 4:48. So it was off for an hour. It affected 842 customers. The next major outage was at 8:21 to 10:09 for an hour and 48 minutes. It affected those same customers. And then the last major outage was from 3:38 a.m. to 4:32 a.m., and it was off for 54 minutes. And it affected those same 842 customers. So, all in all, total outage there was only 4 hours. I mean, our employees were out, well, I don't know what time they got back in, but the first outage happened at 3:38 p.m. and at 4:32 we had all power restored in the morning. So, in 13 hours we had all power restored in town. And I think they did a wonderful job. You know, I kind of treat a power outage as an inconvenience more than an emergency. I had a heating contractor that always said, if you called him and the furnace wasn't working, he said, get an extra blanket, I'll see you in the morning.
This is just a short snippet. I kind of thought it was ironical. Tomorrow is National Tornado Drill Day for all of the schools, and I think we're safe to say that the other night we had that siren go off a couple of times, and we've already passed that step. So.
I'd like to put a plug in for St. Jude. First time went to that fish there Friday night, and I'll tell you what, that was uptight and out of sight. Looking good. That was great.
What are we doing it again?
It's Friday,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
every
do it.
Friday through Lent.
That sounds
Any other-
But I'm gonna line up Thursday.
You know, you're gonna force me to make a comment. That's all I'm gonna say, is you're forcing me to make a comment. But, more power to them. I've heard great comments down there. So I think anyone that, in our community that does something like that regardless, it's good for the community, not only the fish fries, but, the folks that give away, the Meals on Wheels, the folks that give away food to the needy. It just goes to show what type of community we really, really have. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised at how many fish fries are thrown in the community. You know, I'd recommend you try them all out.
I did a lot of them last year.
Yeah.
I didn't do St. Jude. Most of them were really good.
Any other comments? Now we need a motion to adjourn.
Yeah.